Hello, everyone. This is Felicia Bender, the Practical Numerologist, with your numerology forecast for the 4 or the Master 22-4 personal year for October 2023. So if you are new to numerology or you're not quite sure about your personal year number for this year, please take just a moment, go to FeliciaBender.com, click on monthly forecast. There is a calculator there where you can calculate your personal year number. There is also a very easy, quick manual calculation in the description box below. So if you're unsure, I ask you to please take a moment to find out exactly what that is for you in 2023, because these forecasts are based on the personal year number, not on the life path number. So those are two entirely different things in numerology. I just want to make sure you're at the right place at the right time, listening to the correct forecast. So with that said, we are going to jump right into the 4 personal year, or the 22-4, if that's what you're in this time, if that's how your math turns out. So it is October for you is a number 5 personal month. So you're working with this 5 energy on this point of destination, which is October. These 4 weeks are imbued with the number 5 energy. So how does that show up for you? How can we look at that? So this is a month to embrace unexpected changes and ask yourself what freedoms are most vital and important to you. That's going to be a pressing question this month. This might feel like an kind of an odd month, because the energy of that freedom-loving 5, which is the energy of these 4 weeks, the entire month of October, is often a bit at odds with this structured and responsible energy that is guiding you and being pretty demanding on you this entire year of 2023. The number 4 that's been guiding you all year long. So I would also say, real quick, if you could kind of close your eyes, think back to January of this year, and I would ask you what was unfolding then, because the energy of the month of October is the same as it was for you in January. It was a 5 personal month in January for you. You started out the year that way. It was that frenetic, freedom-focused 5. And so I do find that when we repeat a cycle within a cycle, so meaning that you're revisiting a 5 personal month within this personal year cycle, it's really beneficial to look back and see what was happening during that month, and to see how you might be offered kind of some similar experiences, or this opportunity to really up-level your experience as you walk through this again. And this energy is always supporting you in some way, shape, or form. So it's a time where you can elevate and integrate more deeply the lessons and the opportunities presented to you at this time by this freedom-loving, adventurous, energy of the 5. So this is a time where you'll begin to feel the energies related to what's coming up for you next year. So in 2024, you're going to be in a 5 personal year. This is a 5 month, so it's almost like you get to get your feet wet, right? You get a little taste. You got a little taste in January, and now you have a little taste again. So what is it? It's like, it's bringing in this desire for more adventure, maybe some freedom, some travel, progression, some changes, some really significant changes that are kind of beginning to take hold, kind of rumble around inside of you. So it might feel a little bit edgy this month. I always think about the energy of the 5 is like that feeling you have when you stand on one of those vibrating plates at the gym. I don't know if anyone's ever done that. And the funny thing about those vibrating plates is that they're actually meant to strengthen your core, among other things, but to strengthen your core. And that's a perfect example of the energy of the 5. It's always seeking stimulus, and it's stimulating, and yet its ultimate expression is to have that core strength, to remain grounded, and then to have the fluidity of the movement. It's that perfect balance, the modulation of freedom through self-discipline, right? That is the ultimate for the 5. So if you have been in alignment with the optimal elements of the 4 this year of your personal year, chances are you are going to feel this strange kind of surge of power, or opportunity, or just energy in October. And yet with that power might arrive a little bit of fear, maybe laced in with it. The 5 is always bringing in your fear du jour. What is your fear of the moment? It's going to bring that in. So you get to look at it. You know, what's so interesting though, is with that 5 energy, it's always asking you to face your fears. It's always asking you to meet them and greet them and talk with them and befriend them, because then it's every fear that presents itself actually isn't. It's kind of like what? It's kind of like the Wicked Witch of the West and in the Wizard of Oz, this scary witch that at the end, you know, you just need to throw a little water on her and she dissolves, right? So it's that same energy that happens, but I'm just reminding you that might come up this month. And so when it does, just rather than avoid it or deny it, just say hello to it and see what happens. So this antsy feeling really can be undeniable when you're dealing with the energy of the 5. It's as though you've been doing all the work for this huge project at school and you just want to hand it in. You're just like, I'm done. I don't even care if there's any mistakes anymore. I just want to go outside and play, right? So it's really wanting to go outside and play right now. So it's vital and informative to notice what comes up for you this month in terms of how you feel a sense of freedom in your life. And especially in the midst of this sometimes very constrictive and restrictive energy of the 4. So it's really kind of prodding you to bring this to the surface. Next year is a year where freedom is the primary theme and focus for you, and the intensity will not be underestimated. So you're really prepping for that. And especially if you experience some shakeups this year, maybe with your job or career, maybe you've been working with a health issue or concern, with any and all other factors that can be key players in your 4 or your Master 22-4 personal year of setting the groundwork in a substantial way to lay it out for what's to come, right? Usually in a 4, you're implementing what you created in the 3 personal year. 4 is implementation. And then with that implementation, you've gotten things pretty foundationalized so that you can fly a little bit in the coming year. So remember, if this is a Master 22-4 year, a personal year for you, it's mission, you know, play the Mission Impossible theme song in the background here, should you choose to accept it. Has to do with forging a spiritual path to material gain. So think about that for a second if you're in your 22, and kind of you can reflect on how is that showing up for you in this time, space, and dimension, right? It depends on where you are. Maybe this 22-4 personal year for you, you're in your 20s or 30s, maybe you're in your 50s or 60s. It's going to be a little bit different depending on when and where it shows up. I had a client recently who is a naturopath and also a yoga instructor, and she is working on getting a center where she's bringing a few more people in and making it more of a holistic center. So in that way, that's speaking to all of the components of the 22-4, the spiritual and the material, putting it together. That's just one example of millions, right? So where and how is that showing up for you? Chances are also at this point, I've got to be really, really bluntly honest with you. Chances are you are on the edge of burnout, baby. Am I right? The 4 personal year and the 22 is just kind of no joke, right? It is pretty arduous. So this is the month to take a breather, please. Take it as a prescription, your doctor's prescription, please take a break. So some of your ventures, those are moving forward, possibly during the weeks of October. The weeks of October 9th or 18th. That's almost the full month, right? But those are key dates. Those are key elements there. So make sure to monitor the progress of your projects, of your enterprises, and, you know, just check up on them, right? You get what you inspect. Definitely during a 4 or a 22-4 personal year. So you're likely to feel a bit more fragmented this month, maybe a little, again, just a little impatient and wanting to feel a little bit more release and relief from responsibilities, particularly between October the 7th and the 25th. And should you, the question is, hey, should I stay late at the home office, get that added work done? Or should I take some much needed time off, turn off the phone, turn off the computer, go out for a walk, go meet with friends? You'll have to prioritize, but it is a great month to cut yourself some slack and really take some time for relaxation during this very, very highly work focused year. So this month, the key features here are enjoying new people, new interests, perhaps some new adventure throughout October. Expect social activities, maybe even a little zingy romance wrapped up with new opportunities in all directions, because there is a catalytic energy at work right now. So open up to it, open up to expansion, maybe some plot twists, maybe some changes. When the 5 shows up, there's always some unpredictable, something unpredictable that can come into play. So it's been challenging to shake up our routines, but this is the month to really force yourself to do that. Go, what can I do? What can I do today that's just off the beaten path? Even if it's just, driving back from work a different route, right? The 4 of your personal year is more about the routine and the route. And that is good until it becomes not good, until it becomes restricting and confining, and that you're not opening yourself up to new experiences or new opportunities. So opportunity is all around you right now in October. So keep your eyes, ears, and heart open for that. It's a time to check in also with your physical body. It's the month for maintenance. You've been working really hard this year. And the 4 is the number of health, right? I think I've said that over and over again. It's not the number of bad health. It is the number of health maintenance and preventative health. And that's what you've been involved with all year long, is needing to pay attention to that. So it's time to tune up and tune into that physical body and get it in tip-top condition. So next year is going to be fast-paced. It's going to be exciting. So just make sure you're ready for it. All right, that is your forecast for October. And if you want to know anything more about numerology, head over to FeliciaBender.com. It is a portal for all things numerologically focused, for all things numerology. So I offer a certification course. I offer private sessions, online courses, and all kinds of free material about the life path number, articles, all kinds of things. So if you are numerology curious, go to FeliciaBender.com. Otherwise, I will see you here next month to see what November has in store for you.